Okay, so yesterday didn't exactly work out as far as like fishing goes, but it definitely worked out as far as like hanging out and exploring Seward and being able to have some really beautiful moments. Like we went out and we were waiting for dinner basically to finish rehydrating, and we went out to skip some rocks and everything. Part of what I wanted to show this morning though was some recognitions of good gear and bad gear. The tent held up amazingly. It was rained all night long, and I described the rain as a sound and not a feeling. If that makes sense. We could hear the rain all night long, but we didn't get wet at all. It was warm all night long, and dry, which was really important. Now, went to make breakfast this morning, and I was like, okay, get some matches, get my little, camp stove and everything going here, and be able to basically start breakfast. Start boiling some water and everything. These matches are not all they're cracked up to be. Went to go start them up, and it says waterproof on them, and they didn't even get wet. Well, here, I'll try and show you if I can. Let's see. Okay, so waterproof matches. Let's see if I can get these in the frame very well. And I even had my son try and light these just to make sure I'm not crazy. Like they just break, they don't light. So I'm gonna try and get a little bit more speed. I'll even do this 3 times just to prove. Okay, so this is as far as we get, where it starts to light up and it goes out. And my son was like, what the heck? See? Just burns and then goes out. Doesn't even light all the way. I could hear something that sounded like it wanted to burn, and it's already out. I've gone through, I think, 10 of these matches now. I'll go ahead and do one more. Nothing. Like, they won't light. Like I feel foolish because I keep breaking them, and like I'm not the kind of person that's just like, oh, I'm gonna break a match because I don't know how to light it. You know what I mean? Like that's literally as far as it gets. It goes out, and you can see there's some burnt black parts of this, where it started to light and then went out. Okay, so we're gonna run that in comparison to some like tried and true Arctic windproof ones that I used last year. And like, I brought these and I was like, oh, this is really foolish because these are the most ridiculous matches ever. Like why would I possibly use one of these big expensive ones? These are storm-proof matches. I'll even show you the whole label and everything here because it's just absurd, the difference here. Just because it rained last night. Anyway, that's the difference between one brand and another, one piece of gear and another. I mean, the difference between having a warm breakfast and not. I mean, the city of Seward has breakfast, but this is good to know the difference between these two, kind of see, test your gear and everything. Talked about that a bunch. Go out and test things, make sure that things work the way that they're supposed to. Anyway, some kind of stupid stuff. Seward is absolutely amazing. Love it here. There's something about being on the coast that is so much more alive with sounds and activity and things that, like, when you're further in the interior, everything's so much quieter. There aren't any birds. There aren't put the breakfast on. There aren't birds like seagulls and things that are running around, flying around, kind of yelling and making a ruckus and everything. The water, the constant motion of the water and the noise that it creates and everything is really different being here on the coast as opposed to being further in the interior, away from it. Even just being in a town, it's kind of weird, if you're used to it being a lot quieter. Yeah. All right, well, I'm gonna start making some coffee and some breakfast and everything now, but I just thought those waterproof matches were really crazy, and I wanted to talk about how we didn't catch any fish yesterday, but we definitely had a good time and had a few moments where things were pretty awesome. Both of my brother and my son fell in the water at different times yesterday, but they were troopers and hung in there. Been hung up their clothes all night long inside the tent and barely got any drier. It's just so moist there. The humidity is really high and it rained all night. It's supposed to continue to rain for a couple more hours today, but I think I found kind of a sweet spot right now in between some rain showers. All right, well, wish us luck that we catch a fish today. Other parts of the trip have been successful. I'd like to kind of check that box off too, that we'll get a fish down here in Seward. I'd like to take something home. Wish me luck.